All right. So, uh, I was thinking about college debt. That's what I was thinking about. And you know what? Here's the truth. Here's the truth. College debt, you wipe it out. You know what that does? Just think about it. That means you don't have to pay it. See, if they wipe out college debt, that means you don't have to pay it. And they say, who's going to foot the bill for it, right? Nobody. Nobody has to. Here's why. There are lots of colleges and whatnot that pay coaches and professors close to and sometimes over $1 million. You can reduce that to just 300 million. Well, not a million, but 300,000. My bad, Freudian slip. $300,000 instead of $1 million, right? Okay, so anyone that's making 500,000, they can reduce it to 300,000. See, so that means you're living on $300,000, okay, a year. I don't know what you would have to be doing that you would need more than that to live, but I'd say that's a good point, right? Right there, $300,000. So all that money that's left over, they could just say, we'll put that towards paying off the students' debts. Just wipe it out with that. Every single year, wipe out as many as you can with that excess money. See? And then once all the student debt is wiped out, you keep using that money to wipe out the debts of future students. Now, what's the difference between a Republican, a Democrat, and a progressive? Here's the difference. The Republicans, they don't want you to wipe out student debt, and they will make up any reasons to make you not want that. They'll say you have to pay for it, or it's going to cost you an arm and a leg or something like that, without doing any research, without looking into anyone else's arguments or anything of the sort. In addition, we have the Democrats. What's the difference between them and the Republicans? Simple. The Democrats, they stop you from paying it. See? They will stop you from paying it, and you get all that money to spend in the economy and all that other stuff. And you're like, well, what's the difference? You know, because, well, see, the Democrats will just say, after a while, we'll start it back up. Now you got to pay it. You got to go right back into the payments. They don't forgive it. You just stop paying for a while, and then you go right back into the slum money that you was in. See? Or they will say, look, we will wipe out a portion of it, and the rest you got to pay anyway. And your payments will not go down because of that. So that's not student debt forgiveness at all. That's not. It's not even helping you. It's not. You still got to pay it. In general, you might as well just keep paying. Don't stop it. Don't pause it. Don't do that. Just let me just keep this crap that I'm doing. They garnish the wages. You got to send them a check or whatnot. Either way, it's going to happen, right? And some people stop their payments by going back to school, which racks up more payment, but they don't have to pay it off. So they keep going back to school and going back to school. I've seen it. I've heard people talk about it. All right. You got progressives. Now, what's the difference between them and the Democrats and Republicans? Progressives say just wipe it clean. You ain't got to worry about it. All that money that you would be paying, those hundreds of dollars or those thousands of dollars a month to a year, you're not going to pay that anymore. See? That's the difference. And so all of that money goes into buying power so they can buy these things from these corporations and whatnot. I mean, the corporations, they want the money, they want to keep the money, but how are they going to get the money if the schools are getting it? I know the schools are a corporation in their own, without necessarily being one. But, while they taking all the money from everyone, then the other corporations, they can't get it. And then all these little knick-knack and little startups and whatnot, they can't get money. Politicians, hear about this. If the people can get the money, okay, they can keep their money, they can give more to your campaigns. Right. If the schools aren't getting hundreds of thousands and millions and stuff from the students, they will feel emboldened to give it to you. That's more buying power. Now, we know you're not going to listen to the students. We know you're not going to care about the citizens. It's all about the upper 10%, not that 1%, the upper 10%. So that's how I think it can be done. Yes, stop paying the millions, pay just, a few 100,000, and the rest of the money can go into paying off the student debt and working on the school grounds and construction and things like that. And if the school is wiping the student debt, right, then when the schools say, hey, we can use your donations to help us, it sounds legit. If you're going to pay 28 to 50 some thousand, or even 100 some thousand dollars a year to the school, why do they need your 20? Why are they asking for 20 more? Just think about that. So if there's no student debt, then you get to go and do whatever you want to do, almost, in terms of buying whatever you want to buy that's allowable or whatnot. So keep that in mind. I think that's a great argument to not just reduce, but wipe away student debt. And those are the difference between Republicans who don't want you to, stop paying. They want you to keep paying, be that cog in the machine. The Democrats that'll stop it, then stop it, reduce it a little bit, and then you got to keep paying anyway. And then the progressives that say, wipe it out, spend your money on you. You've already paid the school. You've been paying them. But then again, why? If your schools don't have to get money from you, guess what? Everyone can get an education, right? And we know how those two parties, the Republicans and Democrats, care so much about education and getting the best education you can. And you can get it if you don't have to pay for it. You can just go get it and then be productive for the country and not just the school. See? What do you think? Let me know. Thank you for listening.